Hello. Who we got here? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Hmm. Do 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 do. Congratulations, New York State, for officially banning underage marriage. You must now be 18 to get married in New York. Previously, you could get married younger than that with parental consent. All right. Enough reviewing Reddit news. On to more important things. Baseball sim. We are going to start week 3 of the Bull League tonight. And that's our schedule. Montreal is in Toronto. Atlanta is in Houston. The Grand Rapids Hops are playing the Minneapolis Ravens. Both teams tied for, I'm guessing, second place with 7-5 records. Where's Ohio? 5-7. Yeah, so they're tied for second. Miami Storm 6-6. What a rough start to the year for them. They're playing the California Titles. It's an early game for the West Coast, 5:05. Boston Brawlers are in New York playing the Dragons. Chicago Pitbulls 10-2 so far. The High Flyers, no surprise there, playing the 5-7 Ohio Oxen. Washington Freedom are in Calgary playing the Inferno. Denver Grizzlies playing the Seattle Salts. Kansas City Blizzard playing the Nevada Speeders. And now I gotta look and see who was our matchup last sim on Tuesday. Anyone remember? Anybody in yet? Oh boy. Stable stream and everything. But nobody here. All right. Ohio Montreal was our last game. I don't even want to put it on the wiki. That's how bad the stream was last time. Montreal. All right. Oh, I gotta get Stats Plus going. Can't forget that. Nope, this is stream number 4 of the 2025 season. Yes, it does seem better. So far, so good. No warnings in the performance window. No drop frames. I don't think it was the laptop at all last time. When I saw the news today, apparently the last couple of days, a bunch of big companies have been suffering from internet problems. Yes, I do have a beer cracked. Yesterday, we went to go see Theodore Tugboat. This is an actual tugboat with a big smiley face on it. And it was down at the Hamilton Harbor. And on the way down there, we passed Collective Arts Brewing. So I have a Collective Arts audio-visual lager, which is fitting because we're doing something audio-visual tonight. So here we are, audio-visual lager. It's their plain lager. It's a 4.9%. I don't know how to describe it. Amber lager, I guess. I do have some kind of citrusy IPA type thing, hoppy IPA in the fridge. Had one of those earlier when I was barbecuing barbecuing on a charcoal barbecue today for the first time ever. It's broke that thing out. So I got to work on my technique a little bit. Started cooking. Well, I was rushing to get burgers going. I started cooking before the coals were really all that hot. But they say it's the way to go. Anyway, so it's AV Lager, audio visual lager tonight. All right, there's your Tuesday beer me coming right up. It goes down kind of nice. It's got a little bit of bite to it. I like that. Good flavor. All right, so Tuesday we did the auction at the Metros. We're going to go back to the Metro League now for tonight's sim. And I'm just looking at the options here. Let's see the Fire Answer in the Oilers, Storm and Titles, Freedom Inferno, Grizzlies Salts, Blizzards Speeders. And we've done the Speeders. We've done the Grizzlies. We did Calgary. Storm and Titles, I guess. Yeah, we'll do Miami Storm, California Titles. Maybe Ben will pop in. Anakin, how you doing? Miami Storm are 6-6. They were last year's high flyers in the standings, but currently tied for last with the Washington Freedom. But they are on a 4-game winning streak. That's promising for them. They've also got Jimmy Tosnia sailing high at the top of the batting chart. 447 is his average. He was hitting pretty good last year too. His average in 2024 was 347. He didn't finish in first, but he was up there. Good solid, almost 200 hits last year. So that's and the OPS is sick. 31 home runs. He's going to be a bright light for a long time. The native of Newark, New Jersey, Jimmy Tosnia, the Saint, Jimmy the Saint. If that isn't a mob name, I don't know what is. All right. Who did I say they're playing? They are playing California Titles. All right. Yeah, Neil Morin, 0-2 to start the season. Not a great start. He went 13-11 last year at a 438 earned run average and nearly 200 strikeouts. So Neil's definitely trying to refocus himself along with the rest of the Titles. Tommy Duff on the mound for Miami. He has no decisions yet. He's had 2 starts. Let's see what he can come up with this time. But we do have to get the exports in, so let's not forget that. Pull those exports. Done. Dog's been fed. Cat's been fed. Kids have been fed. They don't have school tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. I got to double check that, actually, before I start an hour and a half stream. How are you guys doing tonight? Huh. I could swear this is only Monday to Thursday. They don't actually say. It doesn't actually say anywhere. I don't know. Anyway, both kids doing 2 weeks of summer school. Hey, Dustin's here. Ben's here. All right. Yeah, and you know what we're watching, Ben and Dustin? We're going to be watching California Titles. It's they're due up today, and well, that's how it be. DFA report: the Grizzlies have 2 players with 2 days left, and Seattle Salts have a player with 2 days left. Let's just move those guys now if we can. They made it through waivers, obviously. I wonder what happened with my waiver claim. Oh dear. Hayashida is out of option years. And he's hitting 338 in 22 games. Oh, that was last year. Never mind. Well, he gets the old cut. All right, don't forget your DFAs. Well, I mean, let's look at the schedule here. We could do another game if you want. But yeah, and Morin is 0-2. That's not that great of a start to his year. Let's see. The other Miami game is Alvarado Muramoto. And the other one is Andrews and Strelioff. Would you rather have Strelioff against Andrews? Andrews might bite you, though. He's 0-1 right now. But fixing to be a 3.5 star pitcher. Do the Strelioff game then. That'll roll us into the next week anyway, so we can talk about the players of the week and whatever else is going on. All right, so we'll quick sim the first day here, Sunday, April 20th. Good luck, everybody. I don't really want to see Morin pitch either. I'd rather see Strelioff for sure. Nomads with a rare win. Only our 4th of the year. 10-5 over the Metros. Evandro Sirigo stung us for 2 home runs, but Mono, Reaper, and Ideals with a pair of home runs for the Nomads. Ravens 9-3 over the Hops. Oh, look at that. We didn't do the game, and Neil Morin had one of his best games ever, a 9-inning, 3-hit shutout with 10 Ks and a 3-0 win over Miami. That's the way. Outstanding pitching game. We'll get to that in a minute. Ravens 9-3 over the Hops. Gutierrez with his second win. McDonald with a save. Is that that's a Dan McDonald? Okay, yeah. I thought that was a Jimmy McDonald. Jimmy McDonald from Boston is long gone. He's long retired. Boston Brawlers 8-1 over the Dragons. Bernard with his second win. Sato with his first decision. It's a loss. Chicago Pitbulls drop one to the Ohio Oxen. What is it with the Oxen? They seem to have Chicago's number. Last year, Chicago had a losing record to Ohio, if I recall. The Atlanta Fire Ants, the expansion Fire Ants, dropping a 7-2 win in Houston. The Houston Oilers had a hot start and some big lopsided wins in the first week, but coming up with a bunch of goose eggs and only 2 runs in total against the Fire Ants in this game that closed off week 2. California Titles 3-0 over the Miami Storm. That's that Neil Morin gem, his first win of the season, got the player of the game, was the top performance of the day. Washington Freedom improved to 7-6 on the back of a 7-4 win over the Calgary Inferno. And the Denver Grizzlies edged out by the Seattle Salts 5-4. Last Metro League game, Kansas City Blizzard 6-1 over the Nevada Speeders. Chris Church. Oh yeah, we're expecting big things from Chris Church. He went. He picked up his first win there in that one. Well, that's day 1. So we're going to start week 3 now. I believe it's week 3. Is it week 2? No, it has to be week 3. We've already been through 13 games. So yeah, we're into week 3. So here's your standings after 2 weeks of baseball in the Bull League. Dragons on top of the Lake League East 7-6. Every other team is below 500. That's got a sting. It was the other way around last year, not this time last year, but finished up the East, had the better division with, I believe, every team over 500. In the Lake League West, the Pitbulls 10-3 after picking up a loss to the Ohio Oxen. The Ravens moving ahead of the Hops with their win. They're currently playing a 3-game series. Ravens 8-5. The Hops 7-6. And right behind them, 2, 3, and 4 games behind. This is how the West is shaping up. Ravens, Hops, and then the Oxen. Oxen are 6-7. In the Metro League, the Atlanta Fire Ants in a 3-way tie again with the Blizzard and the Oilers for the first place in the East Division of the Metropolitan League. Washington Freedom, Miami Storm are in second and third. Washington Freedom 7-6, Storm 6-7. In the Metro League West, the California Titles have the 8-5 record, and the Nevada Speeders 1 game behind, 7-6. The Salts 6-7. Denver Grizzlies 4-9. The Calgary Inferno still struggling on the 3-game losing streak. They are 3-10 since the beginning of the season. All right, let's get rolling with the next game. It's going to be Monday, April 1st, though. We'll do the Players of the Week. Players of the Week for the Lake League. Dwayne Norris of the Ravens. The 24-year-old left fielder had a decent .391 average at the plate, hit 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, scored 6 times. His season average now .357, 7 home runs. He must have had 3 home runs in the first week. That is outstanding. 7 home runs in 2 weeks is a pretty decent pace, and you can see he's got a pretty good home run swing. The native of Hartshill, England. Hartshill. I have no idea where in England that is. He's definitely swinging for the fences. A 5-star potential 24-year-old left fielder. So good for him. 2020 draft pick from the 3rd round. You don't see a lot of 3rd round. Well, I guess you do see 3rd round guys playing like that, but he's putting up 1st round pick type numbers. In the Metropolitan League, their best player was Carlos Gutierrez, first baseman for the Titles. He had 11 hits and 23 at-bats for a .478 average, pair of home runs, 5 RBIs. He's up to 5 home runs on the season, 10 RBIs since the beginning of the year. .375 is his season average. Gutierrez, a 25-year-old first baseman, playing in his third season in the Bull League, native of Bellington, West Virginia. He's on track to have a career season. He's hit 23 home runs last year and a .282 average. He is definitely on a pace to outpace that, and another big swinger at the plate for home runs. So good for him. Why don't I ever get any of these players in a draft? Oh, he was a trade product from 2022. All right, we're going to play through game 1 of the week. This is game 2 of everyone's series. And yes, it is crazy tight in the ML East. But you know what? It's only 2 weeks into the season. So it's like 20-something weeks of baseball. So we've got a long way to go. A lot of baseball to play. Monday, April 21st. Just a reminder, the draft pool announcement comes on the 24th. That'll be in Saturday Night Sim. So game 2 for everyone. The Dragons edge the Brawlers 10-9. Looks like they did it in the 9th inning. A walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th with the game tied 9-9. Montreal Metros blanked my Nomads, evening up that series. 6-0 was the score. 6 hits for Toronto, 12 for Montreal. The Pitbulls even up with the Oxen. 5-1 was the score there. Peyton Bint goes yard, his second home run of the year. Grand Rapids Hops 11-5 winners over the Ravens. They're even up in that series. And over the Metro League, the 5 games that we had in progress, the Calgary Inferno with a huge win over Washington, a rare lopsided win for Calgary. They certainly needed that boost in the arm, shot in the arm. 12-1 was the score. Dennis Conroy with his first win of the year. Atlanta Fire Ants drop one of the Oilers, so they even up there. Bill Covey, Danny Rodriguez, who's a former Oiler, he had home runs. So both those players had home runs tonight. Lloyd Riviera, the second baseman for Houston, and Manny Lamas both going yard twice. 4 home runs from 2 players for the Oilers. No wonder they came away with the W. California Titles, 3-2 winners over the Miami Storm. I think that's 2 in a row now. Neil Morin had the win in the first game. So, they're going for the sweep in Game 3. This is a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure there, Ben. Denver Grizzlies 8-1 over the Salts. Hiku Inui with his second win. Chris Pratt, 3 home runs since being traded to Denver. He is only hitting .234, but he has had some fantastic games. Let's see. Well, he went 3 for 5. All 3 of his hits were home runs, 5 RBIs. But I thought he had a good debut as well. Where was he had a 3 for 5 debut with in a game against Calgary, and 3 RBIs with a double and a run scored. And he collected a smattering of hits after that. He had 4 games where he didn't get anything. But Chris Pratt, streaky, but the Star-Lord doing it with another big game right after another one where he got on the scoreboard too. So second performance of the day for Chris Pratt. 3 home runs. I don't think you see that too often either. I'm wondering if that... Well, Denver Grizzlies are an expansion team, so that sets a club record easily. Sets the Denver regular season game record for home runs with 3. And he's the first to do it for Denver. All right. Kansas City, 10-3 over the Nevada Speeders. Velasquez with a pair of home runs for the Blizzard, as well as Rudman going yard. Avery gets the home run for the Speeders, but Briscoe with his 3rd win for the Kansas City Blizzard. All right, that's 2 games done. And now we're going to do our play-by-play. Featured game, Miami Storm in California. California's won the first 2, so they're going for the sweep. Miami's trying to avoid getting the broom. And no, I don't have the custom stadium for California imported to this. So, Ben with the beer me, thank you, sir. Tonight it's Collective Arts Audio-Visual Lager. It's a local brewery here in Hamilton. Pretty nice little patio, too, in the parking lot of their facility. I didn't see the whole building. I just went into the retail store to grab a 6er of, half of these and half of some lemony tasting thing, citrusy tasting thing. But this will do, 4.7%. Or is it 4.9? I can't remember. 4.9. Miami Storm are going to put up Nick Andrews. Why is Mei Shan-Su pitching now? What's going on here? I thought it was going to be Strelyoff. Got bamboozled. Well, anyway, the show must go on. Here's the game we're going to do. Miami Storm falling to 6-8. On the season, they're 5th in their division, last place in the division. On the road, they are terrible. They have 1 win in 5 games on the road. California Titles are in 1st in their division. They are 6-2 at home. They are sailing high. We don't have their custom stadium imported into 22, I just realized. The things I wish I had time to do, which I will get. I'll get around to it eventually. Here's your lineups for the Storm. Jim Boyo Boyer, the native of Pontypool, Wales, is the leadoff hitter. He's only hitting 170 this year. So a little bit disappointing for Boyo. Martinez batting second, the shortstop. The left fielder, John Hart, batting third. Jimmy Tosnia batting fourth. Right fielder, second baseman, Ramos batting fifth. Martin, the third baseman, in sixth. In the 7 hole, it's Osborne, first base. Tom Demina batting eighth, the DH. The only player in the league in the modern era to have hit 4 home runs in a game, and he's batting eighth, the DH, just above Peters, the catcher, in the 9 hole. Nick Andrews on the mound for the Miami Storm. He's 0-1 on the season with a 12.38 earned run average and a whip, a sky-high 2.25 whip, averaging just about 4.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's keeping the walks low, but he's given up a lot of hits so far. Let's have a look here. 17 hits in 8 innings, leading to that sky-high whip. He's allowed 11 earned runs and 4 home runs. So he has not had a stellar start to the year. Last year, his numbers didn't look fantastically better, but he is improving. So we'll see how Nick Andrews does. The young 25-year-old. And this happens to a lot of pitchers, even top pitchers, where their first couple of years, they suck. This is only his 3rd year in the season in the league, so maybe a little bit more experience will get him where he needs to be. California titles have Carlos Brizeno leading off. He is the center fielder and switch hitter. Francisco Arizona batting second, and he is the second baseman. Raul Vasquez, the right fielder, in the 3rd slot. Carlos Gutierrez batting cleanup, the first baseman. Shortstop Ryan Harrington batting 5th, protecting Gutierrez there with a 143 batting average. Bruce Skinner batting 6th, the third baseman. Catcher Brian Sears batting 7th. It'll be Dave Anderson, the left fielder, who is DHing tonight, batting 8th. And Carl Sims Jr., left field, alumni of UCLA. He is batting 9th. Of course, is the son of Carl Sims, for whom the MVP award is named after in this league. And Scott's here. Hello, Scott. Thanks for stopping in. Mei Shan-Siu is the pitcher for the California titles. He is 1-0 in the season so far, with a 1.08 ERA and a .92 whip. So he's doing a little bit better, a tick better than his competition tonight. He's only allowed 17 hits, but in 25 innings, just 3 earned runs, no home runs, 6 walks and 22 strikeouts in 25.0 innings, averaging just under 8 Ks per 9. So he is at the peak of his career, coming off of back-to-back 14-win seasons. He is looking like he could even improve that this year if he stays healthy. The native of Huainan, China. We are in Titles Ballpark in front of 38,425 fans. Partly cloudy skies, 61 degrees in LA. That's a little brisk, isn't it? Does it ever get that cold in LA, Ben? Come on. Wind blowing in from the left at 9 miles an hour. Maybe if you're right by the ocean. I'm going to guess maybe right by the ocean. 60s. Yeah, it's an unusually chilly night in Los Angeles. We'll say that. Jim Boyer heads up to the batter's box on the left-hand side. Right hand as we're looking. And Mei Shan-Siu is on the mound, the right-hander. Stares in, gets the sign. Game's going to freeze, and we're going to miss what happened to Boyer, I bet. Watch. It's an 0-2 count on Boyer. Here's the pitch. Swing and hard contact, a base hit to right field as he lines it past the first baseman. And Boyer is aboard. Mei Shansu gives up a hit for his first batter faced. Alex Martinez, the shortstop, up next. And Martinez is hitting 200 this year with a runner at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Sends it up the middle to second, and it's a double play ball. A smooth transition, an easy double play, and 2 outs on the board, no base runners. John Hart up next. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hart. Swings through that cutter, and nobody left. That's a 3-out inning. I guess they're all 3-out innings. 3-batter inning. Carlos Brizeno leading off for the Titles. He is hitting .298 this year, getting on base at a .333 clip. 1 ball, 1 strike from Andrews. Here's the pitch. Sends it up the middle past the shortstop. Looked like the shortstop was within range, but just couldn't put a glove on it. And Boyer throws it back in from center field. Brizeno is safely aboard with a single. Francisco Arizona up next. 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball. This time it's playable for the shortstop, but he, by the time he gets up after making the stop, he found he didn't have a throw to make. An infield hit for Francisco. Brizeno at second. And there's 2 aboard with no out for Raul Vasquez. 0-1 pitch. Hit hard towards third. They're going to go around the horn and get 2. A double play. If only Martin could have put his foot on a bag first, but he didn't have time. Brizeno charging into third is safely there, but 2 outs on the board. Carlos Gutierrez now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The big swinger. Lines one into center field. That's going to have Brizeno charging home. And California's up 1-0. Gutierrez now has hit safely in 15 straight games. Titles take a lead here, 1-0. Ryan Harrington up next. The shortstop's been on a bit of a slump. He's got 6 hits in 42 at-bats since the beginning of the year, batting .091 against right-handed pitching. Grounder to short. That's an easy ground out at second base, putting Gutierrez on ice, and that's going to end the inning. So 3 out. Titles on the scoreboard. Jimmy Tosnia, the cleanup hitter for Miami. He's up to start this second inning off. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, though. And Chicago is demolishing Ohio right now. After losing a game 1 in a big way, they've now decided to punish Ohio for their indiscretions with a big game 3, 13-5 lead. That would give Chicago the series. Toronto leading Montreal 5-3. It's the top of the 9th there. All tied up in Houston, 3-3, where Atlanta's Fire Ants are in town. It's the top of the 7th. KC has a 2-run lead in the Nevada game, but Nevada's just up to bat now for the first inning. Minneapolis leading Grand Rapids 5-4. It's the top of the 6th. New York Dragons beat the Boston Brawlers 5-1 in 9 innings. And the Washington Freedom blanking Calgary 15-0. And again, punishing Calgary for a lopsided win in Game 1. 22 hits for the Freedom. Just 5 for Calgary. They made 3 errors. I have a feeling that Calgary's going to have to do something soon if they plan on making a season out of it. Not going to say it, but maybe the trade doors are open. The phone lines are open, as they say. Jimmy Tosnia will lead off the second for Miami. He'll have a full count. Swings at an inside pitch. He goes down on strikes. That cutter did look like it was inside. Way inside. And that'll bring up Alex Ramos. Mei Shansu with a full count again. Challenges him down the middle, swing and a miss, strike 3. No chance for Ramos as he was unable to make contact. Jeremy Martin now with 2 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Sue in the pitch, and Sue strikes out the side here in the second. Miami goes down 1-2-3 in order. Bruce Skinner will lead off the Titles' second inning. Titles have a 1-run lead already. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive to right. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Had to reach the infield, and Tosnia played it off the hop. Skinner at first now. Brian Sears, the catcher, hitting .286 this season. Acquired in a trade back in June 2023. Swats a liner up the middle, but charging in was Boyer, makes the catch. Mid-range center field towards the right side. 1 out on the board. Here's Dave Anderson, the DH. DH Dave hitting .289. He's a product of a trade with Nevada. Big fly ball towards the car rental sign in right center. Boyer makes the grab, 2 out. Skinner still patiently waiting at first for an opportunity to go somewhere. These fly balls to center have not helped. Carl Sims Jr. up next. 2018 draft pick, first round pick. 2 balls, no strikes. Slices this one off to left, and that's going to be 3 fly balls. Dispatching California for the second inning. Top of the third, Miami up again. They're trailing by 1. Bob Osborne is the hitter now. He's getting his first look at Mei-Shan Sue. Sue, after 2 innings, has allowed 1 hit, struck out 4. That'll be 2 hits as we see a line drive to left center. Osborne safely aboard first to start off the third inning. Tom Demina up next. Tom Demina, we talk a lot about his 4 home run game, but he's actually a solid player through and through. 4 run games back in August 2024 against Calgary. 4 run game against Arizona. Grand slam against the Oxen. 3 home runs in a game against the Nomads back in 2023. Sorry, that was his 4 home run game there. Including a grand slam that day. And a number of other notable games that he's had. Multi-home run games are not uncommon for him. Alumni of Navy midshipman, played for Navy from 2018 to 2019. And then was drafted by California in the 5th round. Native of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Tom Demina with a hard hit liner down the first baseline into the corner. Right field has gone to go dig it out at the base of the wall. And it's a stand-up double for Tom Demina. Osborne holding in third. And Miami's now in a position to score. And a Will Peters with no outs. Will Peters is at the plate. 2 runners in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Peters goes down on a changeup on the outside. Sue has rung up 5 batters. Oh, I didn't put a bet on tonight. I should have. But when I started this stream, there wasn't anybody watching, so for a while. Jim Boyer is up again as we go back to the top of the Storm order. Full count, 1 away, 2 on. Ground ball to second. They're going to go to first to get the easy out, but a run comes in and it's a tie ball game. As Osborne crosses the plate, Demina moves to third. 2 outs, rather. As Boyer grounds to Arizona at second base. Here's Alex Martinez with Demina at third and 2 outs on the board. Addie's sending me videos. I can't watch a video right now, babe. I'm recording one. Martinez is drilled. He goes down to the dirt and eats a dirt sandwich. Gets up again. Trots on down to first base. John Hart at the plate. Runners at first and third, 2 out. 1 ball, no strikes. Drops it over to third base. The force at second is good, and that's the third out. But the game is all tied up at 1 apiece as we go to the bottom of the third. Carlos Brazeno is up again at the top of the order for the titles. He had a base hit to start things off in the first inning. See how he fares here. 3-0 count. Draws a walk. So he works that zone. Yeah, all of the pitches were out of the zone from Nick Andrews. First walk of the game given up by him, though. And now it's Francisco Arizona up next. Ground ball to second. Over to the shortstop, cover the bag, and a throw to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Ramos, Martinez, Osborne stringing one together there, and 2 outs now as Brazeno and Arizona head back to the dugout. Here's Raul Vasquez. Fly ball left field, and that's out number 3. Score remains 1-1 after Miami tied it in the top of the third. We're going to the top of the fourth now. Check the out-of-town scores once again. Minneapolis Ravens leading the Grand Rapids Hops 5-7. It's the top of the 8th there. Pair of home runs for Jeter for Grand Rapids. We have a final now. Chicago 14-5 over Ohio. Stewart with his second win. Smallwood falling to 1-1. And pair of home runs for Rambo is up to 7 on the season. Guillot has his 4th tonight. Mei-Shan Lee gets his 1st. Peyton Bint with his 3rd. Kevin Mullins has 5 home runs for Ohio. Atlanta trailing Houston in the bottom of the 8th. The Houston Oilers have bases loaded with no out currently in the bottom of the 8th. They are looking to punish Atlanta hard for that mistake. KC is leading Nevada in the bottom of the 3rd. We have a final for Toronto over Montreal. 5-3 was the final. Keely Sewell with his 1st win of the season. No scoring yet. Seattle, Denver, top of the 4th. New York beat Boston earlier, 5-4. And we have a final out of Calgary, Washington. It was 15-0 for Washington over the Calgary Inferno. Back to the game action here in California. Jimmy Tosnia up again for the Storm, his 2nd time around. Tosnia, 21 hits this year. Just a pair of home runs, hitting .382 though. Mei-Shan Su is 3 innings under his belt so far tonight. 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Full count. Here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground under the glove of the diving third baseman into left field. And it's a double to the left field corner. Sims Jr. was on it quickly, but Tosnia had hit it very smartly right down the third base line. Hard to plan for those kinds of hits. You swing the bat and you hope for the best. Alex Ramos up to the plate. He's batting from the other side. He's batting lefty, the switch hitter, against the right-handed Sioux. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to short, and he is out at first base on the throw from Ryan Harrington. Tosnia stays put at second. Here's Jeremy Martin. Ground ball to short. The throw to first, and that's 2-away. And that'll be Bob Osborne up to the plate. Tosnia at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to short. The throw over to first, and that's 3 outs. Still tied up at 1-1. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Carlos Gutierrez up next. Nick Andrews, 41 pitches, 3 innings under his belt. He's allowed 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk. Has yet to get a strikeout. He's not a high strikeout kind of guy. He's only got 4 on the season in 11 innings. 8 innings, actually, before this game started. Ground ball to deep second, but an easy out for Ramos to Osborne. Gutierrez turns and heads back to the dugout. And here's Ryan Harrington. Last year he hit .274. This year he's off to an inauspicious start with a .140 average. 1-0 count. Ground ball to third. He's going to try and leg it out. Charging hard, but can't get there. And there's 2 out now on California. Here's Bruce Skinner, who had a base hit his first time around. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, and it turns into a bloop. Single to center field. Base hit for Skinner. Brian Sears up next. 1-0 pitch to Sears on the ground to the third baseman. The throw to first, and that should be the 3rd out. So nothing on 1 hit. The title's still even with the Miami Storm. And we go to the top of the 5th. Tom Domina will lead off the 5th here. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss on Domina. Cutter gets him on the inside. Had a double to right his first time around, but Siu gets him on that inside pitch. 1 away. 6 strikeouts now for Mei-Shan Siu. Will Peters next. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down the first baseline, out of reach for the first baseman there. Into the corner. It's a natural sliding double. Safe for Will Peters. Carlos Gutierrez was the first baseman who just couldn't get a handle on that quick hit. Peters, if he had more speed, might have been able to leg a third out of that, a triple out of that one. And it's back to the top of the order for the Storm. Boyer is back up to the plate. 0-2 pitch, a check swing. It goes past the catcher. It's a wild pitch. It was way low. It'll be a ball. Peters goes to third. And now the 1-2 pitch to Boyer. Swings and lines out to second base. Francisco Arizona with a quick grab. Peters has to retreat to third. There's no way he's going to be able to get to home from there. With a sharp-eyed Francisco Arizona keeping watch. Alex Martinez up with 2 out. Runner at third. 2-2 pitch. Hit right to the second baseman as well. Arizona makes another beautiful grab on a line out. And Miami strands one at third base. Bottom of the 5th. Titles back up. Anderson, Sims, and Bresenio due up. Anderson and Sims at the 8th and 9th of the order. Bresenio at the top of the order. No balls, 2 strikes to Anderson. Bloops one into right field. It's going to be played off a hop by Tosnia, but Anderson safely at first with a single. Yeah, Harrington's definitely on a cold streak. If you don't bench him, at least throw him down at the bottom of the batting order where he can't do any harm. Carl Sims, 0 for 1 tonight. He's back up to the plate. And he's out on a called strike 3, a curveball. It might have been right down the pipe. He does tend to like the fastballs down the middle, not the curveballs. Here's Carlos Bresenio, who's 1 for 1 tonight, but took a walk his last time around. Hit hard to right, it's going to hit the corner. Bounce off the wall. It took a funny hop, but it's a double, and Anderson's going to stay at third, so second and third with 1 out. Francisco Arizona up next. Now, the last time Bresenio and Arizona were up, Bresenio got a hit, but Arizona grounded into a double play. That doesn't look like a likely option now with no runner at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The infield is in. On the infield grass, ground ball to first, and he does himself a mischief. Arizona grounds to the one place he shouldn't have grounded to, the first baseman. Doesn't help the base runners at all. 2 outs now. Raul Vasquez up. He's 0 for 2 tonight. No balls, 1 strike, and a line drive up the middle. That's going to have a run coming in. California breaks this deadlock with 2 runs on a single by Vasquez, who took second base on the throw. So effectively a double, but it'll score as a 1 base hit. Gutierrez at the plate now. California up 3-1. Here's the pitch. Line drive to left field. That's going to drop down. We'll see if the runner goes home. He does. Safe. Gutierrez with a run-scoring single. Vasquez cashing in on that one. So a lot of scoring here with 2 outs. Ryan Harrington up next. He's been slumping. Just 6 hits and 44 at-bats. None of them tonight. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First time he's facing Nick Andrews. 2 balls, 1 strike. Grounds it to short. An easy throw over to second, and that's out number 3. But the Titles get 3 runs on 4 hits and jump out to a 4-1 lead. Here in the 5th inning, we're going to the top of the 6th, and we're going to check those scores from around the league. You're watching Bull League Baseball 2025 season, fictional OOTP 22 league. And it is April 21st, 22nd, I think, in our schedule. Grand Rapids leading the Minneapolis Ravens 9-8. Those teams started the series off tied for second place in that division. Ohio is in last place. And now Grand Rapids looks like they've pulled ahead, and they're 9-8 in this game in the bottom of the 9th. But 2 outs and a runner at third. Anything could happen. We'll come back and check on that one later. But 3 home, big story of the game there. Jeter, 3 home runs for Grand Rapids. Reich and Aguilar going yard as well for the Hops. Bodem, Barr, and Brasco for the Ravens. All tied up at 9 apiece in Houston, where the Atlanta Fire Ants, the expansion Fire Ants, are in town. Rodriguez with a pair of home runs for Atlanta. Zongming Gang on the home run leaderboard there too, home run board there too. It's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Houston just needs 1 run to walk it off, but with 2 outs, it's looking like it's going to be extra innings. And, of course, we had that 14-5 final, Chicago over Ohio earlier. Toronto beat Montreal 5-3. Kansas City leading Nevada 2-0 in the top of the 6th. Carlos Chavez, the DH, up to the plate. He's got a home run tonight, his 4th of the year. No outs on the board. Denver leading Seattle 1-0. Another expansion team in play tonight. Chris Pratt at the plate. Chris Pratt had a fantastic game at the beginning of the series. 3 home runs. He set the team record for Denver for home runs in a game. New York beat Boston earlier today 5-4, and Washington blanked Calgary 15-0. And we're going back to the game action here in California, where Ben's California Titles are leading the Miami Storm, Brian's Miami Storm, 4-1. John Hart at the plate for Miami. He's going to lead off the 6th inning for the Storm. 3rd in the batting order, he's followed by Tosnia and Ramos, 4th and 5th. 3-0 count to Hart, and he lets that one sail way outside for ball 4. Sue gives up his first base on balls tonight to John Hart, the slugger. Pitching him outside, I think. But putting base runners on for Jimmy Tosnia, which I don't know if that's a great idea. 1-0 count. Big fly ball to the infield. First baseman Gutierrez has it, and that's 1 away. Here's a beer me from Ben. Thanks, sir. I will drink to that. Beer me. And tonight we're drinking audiovisual lager from Collective Arts Brewing. It's right here in Hamilton, Ontario. Went into the brewery myself to pick that one up. It's very rare for me. I usually just go to the beer store. But we're going to go see Theodore Tugboat, who's in town. I don't know if you know who Theodore Tugboat is, but he is a tugboat, and he's got a TV show. But this particular tugboat came from Halifax and is now harbored permanently in Hamilton. Alex Ramos up to the plate with Hart at first, 1 out on the board, top of the 6th. It's a 1-1 count. There goes the runner, and a throw to second, not in time. Hart picks up his second stolen base of the year, and Ramos now has a 1-2 count. Sends this one to the corner and left. It drops down at the very furthest possible place it could drop down and still be fair. It's a double for Hart, a run-scoring double. For Ramos as Hart comes home. 4-2 for California. Jeremy Martin up. Ramos at second. He's in scoring position with 1 out. Tying run at the plate. 0-2 count. Sioux sends it in there, and it's a base hit up the middle. It's going to have a run coming in. We've got a 1-run ball game. As Jeremy Martin, no, Ramos stayed at third. My apologies. I thought Ramos had a green light to go home. Brezenio did charge into shallow center to play it back in, though, and he's got a pretty good cannon arm. So Ramos got the stop sign at third base. Jeremy Martin at first with a single. Bob Osborne at the plate. He's got a base hit tonight. Oh, Twins wants to see the scoreboard. We'll check it out right after this exciting at-bat. 1-1 count. Ground ball to short. And they go for 2 and prevent the run from coming in. Some nifty defense for California there. Turning a double play with a runner at third base. And, of course, the forced play means the run doesn't count. Bottom of the 6th. We're going to check the out-of-town scores for Twins. And it's now 9-8 final for Grand Rapids over Minneapolis. 14-5 final for Chicago over Ohio. 5-3 for Toronto over Montreal. And 5-4 for New York over Boston. Still 9-9 in the Houston-Atlanta game. That one's now in the bottom of the 10th inning. KC leading Nevada 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th. All tied up at 1 apiece. Denver and Seattle, bottom of the 6th. And, of course, we had that final to report earlier today, 15-0, Washington over Calgary. Takaki Takahashi for Washington has the top performance so far of the day, 3 for 3 at the plate with a double home run and 5 runs batted in. Back to the game action here in California, sunny LA, where it is actually evening now, 9:02, and a brisk 60-something degrees, which I'm told doesn't really happen. Bruce Skinner at the plate. For the California titles, he's 2 for 2, batting out of the 6 hole. He's got Sears and Anderson due up behind him, 7th and 8th in the order. Single to right center his last time up, but Skinner with a big pop-up to foul territory over in the left side. And it's played by Martin in front of the dugout. 1 out. Brian Sears up next. Sears, the catcher, is hitting .270 this year. It's his, looks like his second full year in the Bull League. He played 54 games for California last year, had a home run, 15 RBIs. Caught stealing once, scored 22 runs. This year, he's hitting .270, not .320 so far. But he already has his 1 home run, plus a triple, 3 doubles, struck out just 5 times. So he's definitely gunning to match those numbers after 11 games. He seems to be the go-to catcher, the regular catcher. Is that right, Ben? Sears is your main guy now, behind the plate. And then Dave Anderson following him. 2-2 pitch to Brian Sears. A line drive up the middle. It's a base hit as it makes it into center field. Martinez tried for it, but couldn't get there. Dave Anderson up to the plate now. 0-1 pitch. And he blasts one to the gap in left field, right to the season ticket sign, extra bases for sure. He gets a double out of it. And Sears holds at third, playing conservatively for the titles, not willing to give up an out at home. Carl Sims with 2 on, 1 out. He's 0 for 2 at the plate tonight, 1-0 pitch. Big fly ball to right, it's carrying, it's gone. 3-run home run, California, and it's all Carl Sims. 377 feet is the tail of the tape on that one. 7-2 is the score as Carl Sims Jr. bat finally opens up a little bit there. It's his first home run of the season. And I just want to see the game log. It's not updating the game log. Why not? Oh, there it goes. We had an exit velocity of just 98 miles an hour in that one. Almost like his dad. You know what? Carl Sims was actually, he was a home run machine. That's why he's the all-time leader in home runs. So Carl Sims Jr., I don't think will have the numbers that matches his dad. So far, 65 homers in 2 seasons. He's not terrible, but he's averaging only 258 at the plate. I don't know. Could be better. That's all I'm saying. Unless he starts improving soon, he's not going to be his dad. And he's already 28. It took him a while to battle his way up to the majors. It took him till 2022. He was drafted in 2018. So 4 years. It was not a meteoric rise to the majors for Carl Sims Jr. So he may not hit the Hall of Fame like his dad. Albert Jeffrey at the plate. He's not a Vladdy Guerrero and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Type of scenario. I would be shocked if Vladdy Guerrero Jr. does not hit the Hall of Fame. He's already in the MVP conversation for his. It's not his first full year, but definitely a first full year. Albert Jeffrey coming into pitch now for the Storm. He is 1-1 with 10 innings under his belt. 10 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 348 earned run average. And Brezenio is 2 for 2 at the plate tonight. Acquired in a trade from Nevada back in 2022. The leadoff hitter is having a fun time playing for California, that's for sure. 3-1 pitch. Zooming in on the inside, and he takes it for ball 4. And Brezenio climbs aboard first base. Francisco Arizona at the plate now. There goes Brezenio, and no attempt to throw him. 9 stolen bases in 14 attempts. That's the thing about Brezenio is he'll go even if he thinks he will get thrown out. He's playing the numbers. And now he's in scoring position with 1 out. Francisco Arizona at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Sends it off to the left side, bouncing into the corner in left field. A line drive that drives in Brezenio. No attempt to throw him out at home, and it's 8-2 now for California. Arizona with the double. Raul Vasquez next. Vasquez 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. But he lets that pitch sail inside for ball 4. And it's runners at first and second with 1 out for Carlos Gutierrez, who has got 2 hits tonight and a pair of RBIs. But he goes down, caught him looking on a cutter, strike 3 on an 0-2 cutter. And there's 2 outs on the board now. Ryan Harrington 0 for 3 tonight. Needs a hit desperately. Let's see what he can come up with in an 0-1 pitch. Grounds it to short. And the force at second will end the inning. But 9 men go into the bat for California, 4 of them scoring. Titles go 8-2 into the 7th inning. Tom Demina, who can hit a yard ball himself once in a while, he'll lead off the 7th for Miami. He'll be followed by Peters, the catcher, batting 9th, and then back to the top of the order with Boyer. Mei-Shan Su is 104 pitches into his evening with 6 innings under his belt, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive up the middle into center field, and that's going to stay down on the grass for a base hit. Demina rounds first, but trots back, and he is safely aboard. Will Peters next. 3 balls, no strikes. And Su misses low and outside for ball 4. Demina takes second as Peters walks to first. Just the second walk given up tonight. Just the 8th on the season for Su. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Boyer. He swings at an inside cutter and goes down on strikes. And Su rapidly approaches 30 strikeouts on the year. He's got 29 now. Alex Martinez. 0-1 pitch. It's in play. It's up in the air to right field and caught. Fly ball. Vasquez makes the catch. Demina trots back to second. 2 outs now. One ball, 1 strike to John Hart. Hit hard through the right side into right field. A seeing eye single, and the throw home to get Sears. I guess it was Demina. Sears makes the tag, but it's not in time. 8-3 now. Miami gets a run in. Peters at second. Hart at first. Jimmy Tosny at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, and Su has rung up 8 batters tonight. What a game he's having. Bottom of the 7th, it's 7th inning stretch time. Amart. Yeah, the 24-year-old's doing quite well. I mean, he played 48 games last year, so he's not new to the top level. Hit through 376 and 13 home runs. He's yet to get a long ball since coming up this year. Bruce Skinner at the plate for the Titles, batting 6th in the order. He's followed by Sears and Anderson, batting 7th and 8th. And Albert Jeffrey, still on the mound for Miami. Come here, you. Come here. That's, you got a penalty to pay. Should have been on camera. Alex Martinez. You might be thinking of another one. Yes, he signed to Calgary. Was a top prospect, and then, went to you. In the trade that brought Ryan Rich and Angel Payan in exchange for Vic Kane and Hiroki Omiya. Now, Omiya probably is on the way out, but Vic Kane is just waiting at AAA for a promotion. He's just not ready yet. Just not ready yet. Bruce Skinner at the plate to lead off the 7th for California. 2-2 pitch, and it's a big fly ball to the shortstop to the right of second base. Speaking of Martinez, that was him making that catch. And here's Brian Sears now. Ryan Rich. Yeah, Ryan Rich is doing good. Doing good things. Sears 1 for 3 at the plate. Puts it on the ground to third base, the 0-2 pitch, but it's a ground out. 5-3 ground out. And now there's 2 outs. Dave Anderson, 2 for 3 at the plate tonight. He is doing good things. And a liner to left. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Falls in for a single. Anderson is safely aboard. Addy with the beer me. Thanks, babe. Two balls, two strikes to Carl Sims Jr. And he goes down on strikes. Stranding a runner at first and switch into the 8th inning. Title still lead 8-3. And Alex Ramos will lead off for the Storm. But first, we're going to check those out-of-town scores, those pesky scores that we're still waiting on. We're KC, Nevada. Nevada's on the scoreboard, but the Blizzard leading 3-2 in the top of the 8th. Carlos Chavez at the plate again, but he's already had a home run tonight. Jorge Velasquez just hit a home run as well. That was the last scoring play there. Velasquez with the solo shot. Putting KC up 3-2. 1-1 for Denver, Seattle. That game's in the bottom of the 8th. We have a final out of Houston where Atlanta took the win 11-9 in 11 innings. And all the other ones we have finals that we've read out a few times. So we'll get back to the game action here in California. Alex Ramos leading off the Storm 8th inning. Mei Shansu still on the mound for California. This pitch high and inside, but it's a fly ball to right field, short right. Vasquez makes the catch just behind Arizona. And one away, Jeremy Martin up next. 1 ball, 2 strikes, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sue rings up his 9th batter tonight. This has got to go as one of the top games for Sue this year. Now, he struck out 11 against KC back on the April 12th and didn't get player of the game either. So how about that? Probably because he allowed 4 runs, 2 of them earned, and picked up a loss. His debut was only 5 strikeouts, so this is definitely one of his better games. Last year he had 164 strikeouts. He's already at 31. And just getting better and better. Mei Shansu facing Bob Osborne. He's 1 for 3 tonight. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Sue takes care of this one himself. Fires it to first for the out. And it's a clean inning for California. Bresenio leading off for the Titles. He's hit 2 for 2 tonight. He's also had a couple of walks, I believe. Full count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, hard ground ball to second, but Ramos is there to make the throw to Osborne at first. Looks like New York material. Here's Francisco Arizona. He's 2 for 4 tonight with an RBI. Full count. Draws a walk on the 3-2 cutter that missed low. And Arizona's aboard. Doug McClear is going to come into pitch now to Raul Vasquez, who's got a base hit and a pair of RBIs tonight. 1 out. Pretty speedy in Arizona at first. He's not a great base thief, but on a ball in play, he can certainly pick up some steam. Fly ball to right field. That'll have the runner retreating to first. Tosnia makes the grab. 2 away for Carlos Gutierrez. 1-0 count. Hit hard, straightaway center, but it's not going to have the depth. Caught in mid-center by Boyer. California gets a walk, leaves a man stranded. Top of the 9th, Miami still trailing by 5 runs. Tom Domina at the plate. Former New York player there, speaking of New York. Played in 2022, 2023. Had a combined 46 home runs for New York. 52 with Miami. I feel his hitting was a little bit better with New York, actually. It's OPS 996. Those 4 home runs were with New York, actually, if I recall. And then he was traded. Demina grounds out to Harrington, who throws to Gutierrez to get him out, and Will Peters up next. 1 out. Grounder up the middle, diving past was the shortstop Ryan Harrington. Couldn't make the play as the ball rolled into center field. Peters aboard with a single. 1 out. Jim Boyer, the batter. Long way to go till the tying run is at the plate or even on deck. But Miami's going to make a try of it. Single to center, and that's got 2 aboard with 1 out. Alex Martinez up. Now we're going to see a new pitcher for California. Russell Terwilliger replaces Mei-Shan Hsu. Miami's still trailing by 5, but they've got 2 runners aboard with 1 out, and Martinez at the plate. Martinez is 0 for 3 tonight. Still looking for his first home run this season. 2 balls, 1 strike to Amart. Hard hit ground ball to short, but it's a clean play. Harrington goes to second to get 1 out, and Martinez, with the fielder's choice, is at first. I've got players like that. Addie's got a player like that too. Well, Vic Kane, we were just talking about. Peters at third, Martinez at first. Here's John Hart. 1 hit, 3 at-bats. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The pickoff throw misses, and a run's going to come in. Peters crosses the plate, taking advantage of the missed throw. That is going to probably go to an error to Russell Terwilliger. And Martinez goes to second on that muffed pickoff throw. 1-2 count to John Hart. Ground ball to second. The throw to first gets Hart, and that'll end the inning. But a run comes in on a missed pickoff throw. It's 8-4. That's the ball game. California didn't need to come up again because they had the lead. 8-4 final. California hits 10 wins tonight. Miami Storm fall to 6-9. They had 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors. California Titles had 8 runs on 14 hits. That 1 error coming in the 9th inning, that missed pickoff throw, that gave the Storm a run at the very end there. Winning pitcher was Mei-Shan Hsu. He improves to 2-0. He pitched 8 1/3 innings, giving up 11 hits, but 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts gave him a game score of 52. He was not player of the game, though. Carlos Brezeño was named player of the game for his effort at the plate. 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 2 walks. He had a double, and that seems to be, that's it. The only home run was Carl Sims Jr., who went yard to right field off of Andrews in the 6th inning. Andrews picks up a loss. He falls to 0-2. His ERA inflated to 12.15. And it was a sweep, wasn't it? So congrats to California. Here's the other finals. Dragons 5-4 over the Brawlers. Nomads 5-3 over the Metros. 14-5 for the Pitbulls over the Oxen, picking up a series win. They did fall to the Oxen in Game 1 by a large margin. 9-8 for the Hops over the Ravens. Washington demolished the Calgary Inferno 15-0. Fire Ants 11-9 over the Oilers in 11 innings. Grizzlies fall to the Salts 3-1. We just saw the Titles double up the Storm 8-4. And the Nevada Speeders pull off a win 6-5 over the Kansas City Blizzard. That's your 3 games tonight. That's a good question. Why did he get an earned run if it's scored off an error? Well, probably because the runner was put on base by Hsu. That's my guess, is the runner was on base because of Hsu. And that would be why the earned run goes against Mei-Shan Hsu. That runner was put on board on a hit or a walk by Hsu, so that's why. And then it's not his fault the run came in. It's Terwilliger's fault for committing the error. but I think that scoring is correct. Had the runner gone on base on an error, that'd be different. All right, you don't need to see my team screen. So we'll move to April 23rd. It's St. George's Day. April 23rd, if you're English. Or technically Russian. I guess Russians. St. George is a big figure in Russia. Here's the standings. New York Dragons on top of the Lake League East by 3 games now, 9-6. Everyone else in the Lake League East is below 500. What a switch from last year. Chicago Pitbulls 12-3. They're the only one of 2 teams with double-digit wins right now. And the Grand Rapids Hops in second place, 3 games behind the Pitbulls. They look like they might be trying to replace the Ravens as the perennial runner-up to the Pitbulls. But the Oxen might have something to say about that. They've lost their last 2, but they did beat Chicago soundly in Game 1. And depending on how things shake out the rest of the month, we may see the Oxen try to make a run for the Hops and the Ravens a little bit later. In the Metro League, the Atlanta Fire Ants, Kansas City Blizzard, and the Houston Oilers are still all tied up for first place, a 3-way tie for first. All of those teams with 9-6 records. Washington Freedom 8-7, Miami Storm 6-9. In the Metro League West, the California Titles stand alone at the top of the heap, 10-5. Nevada Speeders 8-7, they're in second place. Seattle Salt 7-8 in third place. Denver Grizzlies 5-10, and the Calgary Inferno just 1 game behind that, 4 wins, 11 losses. That's all the game action we got for you tonight. We'll check the news reports, though. Let's see. 3 home runs for Alex Jeter yesterday for the Hops. And I'm going to guess that ties a team record. Inferno suffering that 15-0 drubbing from the Freedom. Pratt slugs 3 home runs for Denver. That's a team record there. Of course, Denver being an expansion team. So you knew that was going to happen sooner or later, but good for Chris Pratt. And that's it. We've got, we already read the players of the week out earlier. So it was, if you weren't here, it was Carlos Gutierrez for the Titles, Dwayne Norris for the Ravens. Well, that's all the game action we got for you tonight. Yeah, I don't even remember how long it was, but it was a long one. And I wish there was a way that OTP could record longest win streaks or something, team win streaks. There doesn't seem to be a page that does it. Hey, buddy.
Oh, do you have a face cam or no? You're in the middle, but you're about to wrap up.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of wrapping up. Where was I? All right, so that's all we've got for you tonight. And we already read the standings off for you. So next sim is Saturday night. We will have the draft pool released on the 24th. So literally the second day of that sim. On Saturday night. Saturday is going to be a long day for me. I'm finally back to teaching firearms courses. But I will get a sim done because, well, it's Saturday. Why not? But it's going to be a quick one. I can't be up late. I got to get up early the Sunday morning. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining me tonight. And it's always nice having you guys in chat and things like that. I will be back. Scott, if you're still here, I'm going to send your trophy off next week. I'm going to have a whole bunch of paperwork to send off anyway from these firearms courses. So I got a few things I got to do at the old post office, and your trophy will get. I'll have to tee up with you and get your address again. But I will drop your trophy in the mail. Well deserved, 5 championships in a row. But I'm thinking Could be California, could be New York, could be a bunch of teams this year that might be able to keep you out of there. Anyway, that's the evening. As always, oh yeah, and Dustin won a hat. So much enjoyment I get out of doing these streams. So we'll see you guys Saturday night back for another. Until next time, that's Bull Baseball. And I'm not happy with you that you stuck me with my coffee provider. Oh, and I'm just gonna see if Spore's streaming or not. I don't. Oh, it looks like he is. He's got 143 people in there. But give him a raid again. We've hit 100 raids, which is good. Not that you get anything for it, but hey, you know, just helps us get noticed. He's doing MLB The Show, but maybe he'll remember that he was talking to us about taking the team, possibly Washington. That's what we're hoping for. So he does seem like a busy guy, but hey. All right, until next time, that's Bull Baseball.